All right, CSS battle time, and we have a ball and bumpy things. I don't know what to call that. It's a cool shape. It's neat. I mean, whenever I see a circle like that, middle of the screen, I always want to go radial gradient because if you do border radius, you have this background, and then you have to do something else to make the purple, but when you do a radial gradient, it's just one more color stop, and it's pretty great. And looking at this, like these bumps, like down here, they almost look like they curve in, and they're not like straight edges like on this, um, which is interesting. So there could be another radial gradient that repeats, and we make it repeat 3 across, right? We narrow something down, and then happen here and here, and maybe it would happen under that circle, so it can be on top, but we have these circles show up, and then we just have this box. Maybe that's a box shadow on an element that's been, yeah, I think actually that could work. So, but it'd mean writing 2 radial gradients because if I do this one, the brown, and then purple, right? If we do this element on top, the purple's going to overwrite. So it'd have to be brown and then transparent. And I paused there because I was thinking of, is there a way to hide the transparent in there and then flip-flop it using font? If if the transparent is, no, that won't work. Okay, actually there is. If I do transparent as the third color stop, right? And then the purple I do as the second one, but I do a really like 9M as the color value. That 9M is going to extend beyond the edge of the screen, because 9 times 16, I hope it extends beyond the edge of the screen. Well, you know what? Let's just get it on the screen and start looking at this stuff and then deciding if this is even a good idea. It very well might not be. It's just whenever it's in the middle, I do like a radial gradient. I really do. Okay, so what was I saying? I was saying the transparent has to be the third color stop. So we do something like 0, 9M, right? And then we go transparent. Ooh, that's not enough. Okay. It seems really small for 9M, but I guess it's just like 150 pixels, so. Alright, so we gotta do an extra character here. Something like that. And then what happens is if we go to, let's say, the body, right? Why am I doing that? I'm already confused. Okay, so if we put this on the body as well, right now we don't see any difference. Let's go margin. Let's do like 50 on the top, and then 50 on one side, and then 0 and 0. Okay, so we're seeing the circle offset, but that's because the body is still like kind of big, so we're not seeing anything. But let's go font 0A. There we go. And we see our second circle showing up because now the second color stop is just transparent. We're eliminating essentially this purple color stop by doing that. Okay, so we know that works. At the moment, I'm going to get rid of this just because I need to think about this for a moment. All right, so what I was talking about is doing a very narrow body that probably extends up to here and down to here, and then we can box shadow below and above it, that color. And we are going to end up shrinking this color stop and then adding, ooh, we're going to add some stuff on the end here. Hmm. I feel like I might be able to. No, I can't. There's no way that's gonna work. I was thinking of like being able to put it all in right now, but I think it would take a variable to do that. I don't want to write out a whole new gradient, but if I have to do two different variables for this, a new gradient would be desirable. Let's look at the diff actually right now. Yeah, we got it right on 75 pixels. I didn't even celebrate that. I love it when I guess right. Okay. I'm seeing that right. Isn't that an optical illusion? It really looks like it curves in right there. Like it is, it's not just a straight shot up. Like you have more of the radius on those. That's the whole reason. I was thinking of making like that shape, and I wasn't even sure how to duplicate these three dots next to each other because a border dotted isn't going to squish down that much. I don't think it is. Is it? Let's see. 20 pixels dotted. All right, let's margin it together. That's not quite big enough, is it? Let's go 30. That's too big. Let's go 25. That looks about right. Let's margin it together. We're gonna do like 50 top and bottom. Okay. And 100. Let's really crush it in there. 150. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna stack. Well, we can go even tighter on this, so let's go tighter. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it only does. We're at the proper width, and it just does 2 at that point, so that isn't going to work. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad we looked at that. Let's get rid of it. All right, so the body, let's give it an outline. Let's get it sized. And then let's just write a gradient. Look at the differences, and then see where we can combine. We want this to end up right at these half circles. So we're going to go 50, 40. And then we already had this, like 165. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Oh, and the bottom is going to be different. 30, 25. All right. So now that is pulling the HTML out of place. Why is it doing that? Now, granted, I can do some positioning on this because I'm going to have to do it anyways. I'm going to have to write a variable anyways, but that is more characters. Why is it... Ready? No, I do want 40 because if I box shadow the rest, I can't have any kind of gappage right there. It's moving it. Let's see, 25. It's moving. Why is it shifting my background? What it means is we're getting overflow on the HTML, which is causing it to shift. But really, I would think it just should be shrinking the body, not expanding the HTML. If I get rid of this, does that? No, that doesn't change anything. I mean, I can always do something drastic like -10. Interesting. It's not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we are. We have to have the bottom margin as well. So that's a lot to try to fix that. And then, oh, and then I have to turn that back up, and we're just right back in the same boat. Okay. And it would just be back and forth. Curious, I was not expecting that. I guess we just need to 0, negative 15 pixels, 20, 10, oh, 40, all right, 12, 8. Oh boy, that's going to be a nightmare. All right. I'm already not liking this. Think about it. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's do our background. Right? Let's just figure out what this is going to look like. We're going to be like 15 pixels. Oh, let's get our color. Right? It's going to be 15 pixels. And then it's going to be da, da, da. What am I thinking? Transparent. I get distracted sometimes, and we don't need anything else after that. So we can't see it right now because it is hidden inside of the, let's actually change the color. There we go. Good enough. What do we got? We got bright pink. Love it. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to position it, or maybe let's just do a 0. Let's do a size. We're going to be like 30 pixels, right? Okay. 25. Looks about right. Now let's do 50. Too much. 70. 65. Okay. That's the sizing. Oh, it's a full circle, so I need, oh boy. So what it looks like is right down here, it extends the circle, or are my circles too big? My circles are too big. No, no, that's about the right size. They're not positioned properly. Okay, all right, I think that's a little bit better. Let's go 20, 25. Let's get another 0 in there. There we go. Let's position these now. Let's shift them up and down. But I do think, no, they need to be tightened up a little bit. That's it. Not that much. There we go. And they need to be shifted over. This is an odd one. Okay, I think it does need to be 25, and we just need to get them positioned properly. Let's step them down a bit. 20 pixels. 25. 30. Alright, now let's walk them back. I think that's what I need to do. 35? No, let's do 30. And I think our repeat is what needs to change. Is it needs to be 65, 55, nope, 60. Why, this doesn't seem to be working very well, does it? Okay. Repeat's not right. It's so hard to tell. There's so many moving parts on this. I'm just pushing things around, and I can't. 25. I'm looking at this top one as I'm moving things, like trying to get a line up. I should probably be looking at that. Okay, 25 does seem right. The repeat seems too much. 4. Let's get the middle one lined up, right? Okay, that looks lined up. Let's drop this repeat size so that the sides line up. Okay, 22 actually looks pretty good. Let's step it down a pixel or two. I'm looking down at this one now. And now let's change this. No, 58. I don't know if they're a consistent distance apart. $60 works on some, but not on all. Oh boy. This is real interesting. If we bring it in, that's too far in. It's too far out. I don't think that's going to work. I really don't. There's just too many inconsistencies showing up. So like I have these looking good and those aren't, and then these are way off. All right. I mean, box shadow is always an option. I just know that's not a good one. Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't want to do half pixels. Like, half pixels doesn't make sense here. I think what I actually need, okay, I'm gonna actually back this all up. Just that thing. Let's move that thing down. 0, 50. Let's just move it down into place right there. Okay. Okay. It's there. It's in place. Let's get it to repeat. It doesn't look like it wants to repeat properly. Is it our sizing? That looks better, but it's not perfect. Let's make it the right color. Let's put the 6/6 on. Yeah, there. That really highlights how bad that is. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get this to work. Let's turn this back up to 13. 22, 23, 24. That does not look great. Could be my computer. I mean, but these are all getting weird numbers. Okay. Let's reconsider. New plan, because this isn't working. I could make one little circle, make the box shadows, right? Let's get rid of this. Alright, so we have a radial gradient background. I don't think we're gonna need this anymore. Right? Let's just leave that alone. We're gonna go 2" on this. We are going to make one circle with the body. And the HTML, I think what I'll do is see if I can do make it the right size to make a box shadow here and here. And then we'll overwrite that box shadow on the body with a bunch of little circles. All right. Okay, so that's the body we're seeing. I think, yeah, we can leave that same radial gradient background for the body. That's actually a good thing. Let's margin this down. 100. Okay. Can we do space? Will it accept that? Oh yeah, it will. It will. But that means it just stays inside there. We lose all the benefits fixed. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. All right, you get rid of all the repeats that way. We still have the circle even though the HTML is this size. So let's go 165, right? That's the size box we need. Because now when we do our little box shadow, we can do, 0, -100 pixels, and then 0, 100 pixels, and close that off. And of course, they're too close together. Let's put in our color. And this will apply to everything, because we're going to end up writing a whole bunch of box shadows. All right. Oh, deleted the wrong thing. Okay, let's go 150. Let's turn on our diff so we can see exactly where I want this. 160. There we go. And then you're going to be 160. Ooh, yeah, see, they are a different distance. Okay, from the middle. Cool. Well, I guess that works. All right, and then this guy, because it's got the border radius, and it should have... Did we get rid of an outline? I didn't get rid of an outline. Oh, the color is that yellow, so I can't... we won't see it unless I... actually, let's... Control X. There we go. I'm going to put it there. We see our body is down here and small. Let's overwrite our margin. 0. Let's give our outline black. There we go. Perfect. So we can do something like 40. Ooh, 0, 30, 20, 35. So we have a circle. I don't know if it's the right size circle. I could just leave it there. Because trying to margin it down in place and hold the size, we're going to have to make the margin 4 different characters, and this is just one extra box shadow at this point, so we're going to go, if the box shadows end up being really weird, I'll probably change that idea. Let's get this 670. Ooh, there it is. 71. No, 70 seems okay. 15 pixels, 70 pixels, not quite. 25, 20. Ugh, why are those circles so weird? Oh, well, no. Oh, I might have the wrong size. That's why. 21. Ooh, 22. 33. Oh, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, now we're getting weird. Oh, but that does look a little bit better. 22 and 22. All right, that seems pretty good. I'm worried it's going to be bad. Those seem like the right size. All right, let's go, what was it? 0, -160 pixels. 170, 160, 150, 140, 130. It is writing. There it is. 110, 111, 110. Okay, 110. 109. Lovely. All right, we can back that up because it's 0, but then we're going to need to do 22 pixels and negative 109. Yeah, this is bad. I don't like this solution. There's too many pixel values that are not going to translate, and too many negative values. You know, negative 109 pixels. Like maybe I could do Q, but I don't think I'm going to take the time to translate all these. I've already spent too long just trying to get this to work. Now we're going to go 0, 1, 10, 20, 25, 26, 27. Okay. 22 pixels, 127 pixels. Good. And negative 22 pixels by 127 pixels. Okay. All of these weird numbers, I would probably be better off doing like a position fixed and then padding for the body, right? And then I could just do, I could do some margin and just put it somewhere where like it makes sense. I could put it actually right here and then all of my values are positive, and that alone would probably save so many characters to make a position fixed worthwhile. Let's hit submit. Let's just see if this will even work. And then maybe I will do that. Just it's polishing a bad solution. Man, and yesterday I was 2 characters away from top 10. It's so crazy how I'm like so back and forth. If I could be consistent, it'd be great. 99.9. Yeah. Oh, I know why. Let's get rid of that and then see. It's amazing that that outline didn't do more than 0.1%. Nope. I don't think that outline even showed up. Still 99.9. All right. Body. We are going position fixed. We are going to now, let's actually put that outline. 2 pixels solid. Oslid solid black. Put it back in so we can see where it is. Good. All right. Now, okay. All right, and they're almost there. 60, 70. Let's get rid of that line so we're not seeing any box shadows moving around. It's purple. Why is it purple? Is it because of where it's positioned? Oh, because the background is fixed. We're not going to get that same background. And what's this down here? Oh, we're not overwriting the box shadows, so that's the box shadow that's showing up. Well, bummer. Okay, well, I guess we do need to leave it in the middle. 0. Right? 20. Now let's see what happens to these box shadows. Okay. So let's go 82. Okay. 84, 85. They're too big again. What was it? What was it before? Was it like 13? That's the other thing that's weird. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna chase this. This is gonna be bad. Okay, but that does look better. It didn't help me with the numbers though. I'm not sure if I should chase that. Let's see, 109, 112. There we go. They look a bit better, like it's more lined up, but it's not better values. This one is weird. Nothing's lining up like how I would hope. All right, now let's see you guys. 20. Oh, let's go farther. 30. 141. Okay, let's see. If we're at 99.9, I'm just going to leave it. And I just know this is not the way to go. No box shadows. Don't do that. Let's get rid of the outline and then try it again. I think it's going to be 99.9 still. I don't think I can get... Yeah, I'm not going to get it with this. Okay, well, that didn't go well. I'm not sure how to do it better. Cool. Well, I'll look forward to seeing how you guys do it, and I will catch you later.